one thing that combines the peoples who are living next to the sea is this general experience of proximity to the sea, and the sea has been so many things to people. This in a way creates this common era or common experience that unites people, common mentality and common way of thinking about the sea, and there are of course countless examples in the field of culture how this has created then so many enjoyable cultural products in the form of paintings and poetry and novels. Dominium Maris Baltici, that was the old saying by Swedish regents and among Swedish military thinkers, which is Latin language and means the dominion of the Baltic Sea, or the mastery of the Baltic Sea, and that has been one of the important targets for these great powers. Several hundreds of years old events are still affecting the political thinking and strategic thinking. For example, if you look at the Swedish history school book, this great power era from 1611 to 1718 is hugely important for the historical identity of the Swedes. The same thing goes for Russians as well. They are extremely proud of the first hundreds of years of Tsardom of Russia, and of course then the Russian Empire. And German history, the history of Prussia is an integral part of that, and all these great military achievements by these powers, they are commemorated by dozens of, let's say hundreds of statues, for example, and all kinds of exhibitions, museums all around the Baltic Sea.
I think we're going to have a more integrated Europe, so there will be much more intergovernmental cooperation.
Yeah, I think this is a very good sign towards a multi-level governance. First of all, because there should be more cooperation between the supranational, national, regional and local authorities in Europe. So till now we have always seen criticism about the bureaucracy and so, but I think that with a further cooperation with these levels, the situation will change for the better. And still there might be challenges towards this cooperation, because multi-level governance can be seen in two different dimensions. So the first one, the vertical dimension, we always know that top-down and top-down power, it's always a problem. And in the horizontal dimension, I think there won't be any big problem, because there will be better cooperation between regions and local authorities in certain countries of the European Union.
Those political declarations of the EU leaders, of the European Commission and so on, they could be brought closer to the people, to everyday life, because one thing you have on the top, another thing you have on the grassroots and different problems. So I think it's good because it will include different meanings, and maybe then reaching some consensus would be easier.
The challenges can be when, let's say that European Commission wants a certain directive for a certain country or a certain region of Europe, and then the local authorities, they can think of something else. So according to the strategy, as far as I know, is that the European Commission can have a bigger impact in implementing its goals.
In Russia, the system works so differently, and different organizations, different business climate, all the differences are so big. And because it's such a central state, while Europe is so much going into decentralization and Russia is so strongly centralizing right now, I think it's very hard to find a way for those to cooperate.
We also have to look at the quality of decision. And if it is in the long term, it's still better to make sure that everybody has brought the opinion on the table, and we have consider how it will affect all kinds of groups.
I think also if you include not necessarily only public institutions, but also third sector, so NGOs, and also private companies just for consulting and to see how things are going. I think in implementing policies, you can get much faster feedback and also more to the point feedback from the people whom it really concerns.
The biggest benefit would just be having more voices heard.
and having more actors so that basically being more inclusive.